In the ancient town of Ogbunike, nestled among the dense, whispering forests of Igbo land, peace reigned for generations. The people honored their gods, respected tradition, and feared the secrets hidden in the sacred caves that lay deep beneath the earth. King Nwafa, a man of wisdom and grey beard, ruled the land justly. He had one son, Prince Ikenna, a brave and handsome young man loved by all. But the king had no daughter, at least, not by blood. Years ago, while hunting in the evil forest, King Nwafa stumbled upon a weeping child covered in mud and palm leaves, abandoned beside a tree with red chalk markings around her. The king took her home, named her Nena, and raised her as his own. He never told anyone about the strange symbols or how the forest turned silent when he lifted the child into his arms. Nena grew into a stunning woman, tall, elegant, with skin like polished bronze and eyes so deep they could drown a man's thoughts. Her voice could calm storms, and her laughter echoed like music through the palace walls. Prince Ikenna, who had known her all his life as a sister, began to see her differently. Despite the warnings of elders and strange dreams that visited the king, the prince's love for Nena deepened. Against his father's silent protest and the whispers of the town's priest, Ikenna married her. Their wedding was the grandest Ogbunike had ever seen. But that same night, the moon refused to shine. That night, the palace guards reported hearing footsteps behind the ancestral shrine, but when they turned, no one was there. Dogs barked at empty spaces. The next morning, the sacred stream behind the palace turned black. A child died in her sleep. Then another. Within 3 days, 7 children under the age of 10 were buried. The town mourned, but the elders knew something had been awakened. King Nwafa went to consult Dibia Yugo, the oldest seer in Ogbunike. She had lived over 130 years and spoke rarely. When the king entered her shrine, she didn't greet him. Instead, she said in a hoarse voice, "You brought the forest into your home. The child you found that day was never yours to keep." The king trembled. "What are you saying?" "She was a gift left for the spirits," Dibia Yugo whispered. "A bride for the dark god that lives in the caves beneath Ogbunike. You stole her. Now that she's married, the covenant is broken." A week after the wedding, Ikenna began having nightmares. In his dreams, Nena stood at the mouth of a cave, her eyes glowing red, whispering in a language older than time. Snakes coiled around her feet, and behind her, the walls of the cave bled. In the town, the earth cracked in strange places. Goats gave birth to animals with human faces. The Ogbunike cave, once a place of reverence, began to mourn at night. Some claimed they heard the drums of ancient spirits echoing from its depths. The people grew afraid. Many fled the town. Others went mad. The town's trees started shedding leaves in the dry season. Wells dried up, and food spoiled before it ripened. Nena remained calm. She smiled softly, walked barefoot, and spoke gently. But the palace maids reported strange things. Her reflection sometimes moved before she did. Mirrors cracked when she passed. Shadows twisted unnaturally around her. One brave maid followed Nena one night and never returned. Her body was found the next morning, eyes plucked out, mouth filled with red feathers, her feet turned backward. Desperate, King Nwafa returned to Dibia Yugo, begging for a way to undo what had been done. The old woman told him the only way to end the curse was to return Nene to where she belonged, alive or dead. The king wept. "But she is like my daughter." "She is not your daughter," Dibia Yugo replied. "She is a bride of the underworld, stolen from the gods." The king tried to warn his son, but Ikenna, blinded by love, refused to listen. "You are just jealous. You never wanted me to marry her." That night, King Nwafa collapsed in his chamber, his tongue swollen, his eyes wide open. The next morning, he was found dead, clutching a small clay figurine of a woman with serpent eyes. Nena shed no tears. Now king, Prince Ikenna ruled with a heavy heart. The townspeople begged him to send Nena away, but he threatened anyone who spoke against her. Ogbunike continued to rot. One night, Nena stood in the center of the palace compound and began chanting in a forgotten tongue. The earth shook. The wind wailed. The doors of the palace burst open, and from the ground, spirits of those buried long ago began to rise. Dibia Yugo gathered the remaining elders and stormed the palace with sacred herbs, charms, and ancestral weapons. As they tried to cast Nena out, she revealed her true form, half woman, half snake, with a mouth that split into three and eyes that dripped blood. But just before she could strike, Ikena stood in her way. "Please," he whispered. "I love you." She looked at him and wept. "I was never meant to be loved." Then, with a final hiss, she vanished into the air, dissolving into black smoke that slithered into the earth, back into the Ogbunike cave. The curse began to lift. The trees grew green again. The waters cleared. But Prince Ikena was never seen again. Some say he went into the cave willingly. Others say the gods took him as punishment. To this day, no one goes near the Ogbunike cave at night. Children are told stories of the beautiful girl who was never meant to be touched. And deep beneath the town, the earth still trembles softly every full moon, when the gods remember what was taken from them. The townspeople rebuilt, but one warning was etched in stone near the palace gates. Not all beauty is meant for man. Some are meant for gods, and gods do not forgive theft.